Hey guys, Jacob here. I've been wanting to make a video showing a couple of maintenance wash products that I like to use and actually have for sale as well. So I'm going to show you a couple of washes. This is the Opti-Coat No Rinse. You can tell I like to use it more often than I like to use this, which is also a great product, M-Wash. And the difference is this is going to be sudsy, the M-Wash, and it does have fluoropolymers, which basically means it has some, extra layers of protection built into it. But this is going to be a more traditional wash, a more sudsy kind of a wash, and the type that you're going to apply and then rinse off and then have to dry. The no rinse, what I love about it, what I've come to love about ONR, which is Optimum No Rinse, and Opti-Coat No Rinse, is you clean and then you wipe down with the towel and then you're done. And since it's polymer based, what that means is that it encapsulates the dirt, so it's going to grab it, it's going to emulsify it, which means that it's going to pull it down. It's either going to run down or it's going to pull it to the bottom of your wash bucket. So try not to get into too many, crazy details. I want for it to make enough sense and for you to see the reasons why I would use it. But really, the proof is in the pudding as far as actually washing it. So I'm trying to think if there's anything I wanted to explain before jumping into the demo. I think I just would like to say these are great options for a multitude of reasons. But say you just want to do a quick maintenance wash and you just want to knock, some of the grime, some of the dust off of your paint or maybe the wheel surfaces, and you just want to do a quick, 10-15 minute wash in between the deeper washes at home. This is a great option. So it's going to keep everything looking great, and then maybe you want to go back and do a heavier wash, like the full, get into the cracks and crevices, the wheel wells, all that kind of stuff. I would want to go with something like Power Clean, which is the all-purpose cleaner, or more often I use a product called Touchless Decon, and I put that in the foam sprayer and I foam up the whole car. That's going to get into your cracks and crevices, and then I'll rinse that off. We call that a pre-rinse, and then I'll go with either ONR or no rinse. And what's great about this, and you might be getting bored, I'm going to get to the demonstration here pretty soon, but in case you are interested, the Opti-Coat No Rinse has SiO2 ceramic protection in it. So if your vehicle's already ceramic coated with Opti-Coat, you're not going to need anything like a topper, sometimes you'll hear, to go on top of it. But in case you don't, this kind of covers all the bases. So it's going to leave a little bit of extra gloss and sheen if you don't have it coated, or if you have a different coating that's not quite as brilliant. So without further ado, I'm going to show you using the big red sponge. I've got my buckets already made up here. So this is the big red sponge, and I actually have these for sale as well, the big gold sponges. This is how quick it goes for me. I'm going to come over here and do this side, and you just wipe it down. Obviously the van's already pretty clean, but that's going to knock everything off, and then I'll just go straight with the towel after that. Wipe it down, and then I'm done. So if you really want to save time, the no rinse causes the dirt or the road film to have a little bit of protection as you're going with the sponge. And just so you know, the sponge, what's great about it is it has all these perforations. So if there is any dirt or anything, it's going to be captured up in there, which is wonderful. So now the M-Wash, I'm going to show you now. I'm going to rinse this out. I got a bucket of water here. I'm going to just kind of rinse it out in here. Use the same sponge in my bucket of M-Wash. So I'm going to come over here and I am going to give it a wash. If you did a higher dilution ratio, you'd get more suds. I mean, I'll show you here. There's some suds at the top there. It doesn't have to be anything crazy with the M-Wash. But the thing is, I can't just wipe it off. I got to rinse it off first. So now, because there's a little bit of protection in there, you might feel comfortable just taking your soft microfiber towel and going over this area and then cleaning it up. If you don't feel so safe, there are a couple of things that you can spray onto your towel, like Optimum Opti-Seal as a drying agent, or I love to use Hyper Seal. And this, when applied to a clean and dry surface, can last up to a year. So obviously we're dealing with a wet surface, so it's going to be a little bit different. So what I would do, you can either take a small towel, it won't get you quite as far, or I would just spray it onto my drying towel. A little bit goes a long way. And then I'll feel really safe drying this side off here. So you can see a little bit of streaking here maybe. Let me see if I can get it on the camera. That is a little bit of the Hyper Seal still hanging out. So I'm gonna go to another side here. It means that I use too much on the towel. So that's great and all, that's safe. And you know, people like a sudsy soap. From here, from the camera angle, what I was using, you couldn't really see a whole lot of sudsy action. But that's going to be a more traditional wash of what you might be comfortable with. So that's why M-Wash was created. But if you're looking for speed and also you're looking for the wash to give you optimum results, no pun intended, I highly recommend using the Opti-Coat No Rinse because it's got everything you need in there. And if you're tired of, like you want to do a hand wash and you want to keep your paint nice, but it's just killing you the amount of time that it takes, you're exhausted at the end of the week working, this kind of stuff is really going to cut the time down so you can actually spend time with your family and or do whatever it is that you want to do, go out on the town. So those are just a few options, but as far as if you're wondering, I'm getting my car ceramic coated, how can I maintain it? This is the kind of thing where you can just make up a bucket and it goes a long way. I forgot to say that until just now. You can dilute this stuff down, excuse me, not dilute it down, but it's really concentrated. So 1 ounce of this is going to go into 2 gallons of water, and it's the same dilution ratio for the M-Wash. So a little bit goes a long way, bang for your buck. You can just make a bucket in your garage and then you can go over the whole car. Some people like to wipe it off panel by panel as you go, but you're going to save time, you're going to stay safe, you're going to save product. It's kind of a win-win-win, and it works really great with a ceramic coated vehicle and then a vehicle that's not ceramic coated either. It's going to give you a nice gloss and an extra layer of, you know, the water beading and just the shine, the depth of shine is what you're going to get. So at first when I was making this video, I thought I'd try and make it a quick 90-second reel, but there's just too much info to go through. If you still have any questions, shoot me a message or comment on there. And there are so many different ways that you can do it, so it's fun to experiment and try for yourself. But if you have any questions, you want to get these products, let me know. I'll hook you up.